Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit today. It's been a year, 1 year since I was at the doctor, and she told me I need to put you on metformin because your A1C is too high. And I did not want another medication. And so I told her, I said, I'm in a good spot in my life right now. I said, I think I can lose some weight. At the time, I didn't really know how I was going to do it. I kind of started trying to lose a little weight just by taking in less, watching how much I ate. The thing is, I didn't know what I was going to do. Well, my A1C was 6.5, and here in just another 2 weeks, on December 14th, I'll have been on the keto lifestyle, not necessarily diet. I call it lifestyle, and doing intermittent fasting with that. Anyway, long story short, I went back in 4 months. I'd lost a little over 60 pounds, and my A1C was down to 5.7. So I dropped it basically 0.8, and I was just 0.1 above being normal on my A1C. So I was really thrilled with that. So was my doctor. She told me she didn't need to see me and that we'd just do another blood work in October. And so at that point, I was starting to feel really a lot better than I was. And so I started lifting weights with my son and playing racquetball and got my gym membership and everything. And so I started enjoying that a little bit, and still doing the keto lifestyle and the intermittent fasting. And come October, a lot of water under the bridge, I guess, by then. But come October, I was down probably 130, 140 pounds, and I was actually at 5.3 on my A1C when I got my blood test back this time. And again, doctor was thrilled, and haven't had to go see her again. So anyway, I just wanted to explain a little. I've been giving people this explanation for how keto works. What I didn't realize is that when your insulin is kicked in, you cannot burn fat. So if your insulin's kicked in, you're not burning fat at all. So that thing about eating every few hours, sometimes, if you're in the position I was in, if you're kicking your insulin every 2 hours because you're eating something, that's not good. And I had plenty of fuel on my body to burn. And so here's how I explain it. Coming from a community that has coal mines and a power plant, it's really easy to explain what the keto diet does. Because when you're working on the boiler and it's been cooled down and it's completely shut down, when they go to fire that boiler, they do not use coal. In fact, they tried natural gas one time during the winter, and it pulled all the natural gas from a couple other communities right here when they tried to start the boiler because it takes so much. They pulled all the natural gas from Steamboat and Hayden. And those people didn't like being out of gas. So anyway, now they fire the boiler with diesel fuel. And the reason they use diesel fuel is it's a quick ignition. And that's similar to white flour and sugars and that type of thing in our system. Our body wants to use the quickest fuel it can. Well, that's all good and great, but we take in way too much. And our whole lifestyle revolves around stuff like that, it seems like nowadays. But anyway, back to the coal fire plant, is when they get that boiler heated up some, then they start putting the coal to it. And coal is a more general fuel, it's steady and it heats better. And so it's actually more economical to use. And I'm not going to get into coal fire generation plants or anything like that on this, because I don't want to argue with anybody. I'm just trying to explain this. But anyway, you'll notice that when you eat white sugar or flour, your energy levels go up and down. And, you'll get hungry, or you'll be real tired all of a sudden. Well, your fat is more like the coal. When your body starts burning fat, your energy level stays kind of the same all the time, and you have better energy. And that's one reason you can do the intermittent fasting easier. So like when I say intermittent fasting, that I try and fast between 16 and 24 hours a day and eat 1 or 2 meals, which is not hard. Everybody thinks, oh, that's hard. Well, when your body's burning fat, and my body has plenty of fuel still to burn, you don't get hungry, and it's really easy to fast. But you got to get your body into that mode. So sometimes you need to start slow going on to the keto diet, but then once you get going, it's really simple. And the thing that one of the guys I follow, he says, you might not lose weight right up front, and some people don't, but most people do, is your body's got to get healthy, and it starts by burning its own fuel. And I just had a friend from California that was out here hunting. I've guided hunting for quite a few years. Anyway, he was saying he needed to lose a few pounds, and he was impressed with the weight loss I'd had. And so I took some food out to him that I usually eat, and he tried it. He thought, boy, he might be able to do that. I told him, I says, the weight loss is just one of the very few benefits you get from this. One of the best benefits I got is, before I started this diet, I used to take ibuprofen, like an 800 milligram medical dose every day, maybe 2 or 3 times a day. And since I've been on this diet, I haven't had to hardly take any. The thing is, you lose all that joint swelling and stuff. Your inflammation goes down. And that was the real key for this guy. This guy, he's a refrigeration guy. He works on stuff all the time, probably getting down on his knees and getting in tight spots and working with his fingers. And the thing was, he texted me about 6 days after he'd been back, and he'd only been on the diet that long. He'd already lost 12 pounds, but he was taking a Vicodin and ibuprofen every day. And he said the day before he texted me, he says, I decided not to take anything. He says, I was feeling pretty good. And he says, I didn't have to all day. And he says, today's my second day without having to take anything. He says, I feel great. And I've talked to him a couple times since then, and he's went chukar hunting and pheasant hunting, and he said he's walking 10 to 15 miles and it don't bother him at all. He can wiggle his fingers. Boy, he got excited about that part. He says, I can wiggle my fingers and it don't hurt. It's pretty cool when things like that happen and you can help other people out. And so everybody tells me that the coal fire plant is the easiest way they've ever heard the keto diet explained. So I wanted to get that out there and just let y'all know that there are alternatives that are possible. And hey, the keto diet isn't for everybody. Intermittent fasting isn't for everybody. Everybody's body type's different, but I know this works for my body. I've been on it as of the 14th of December. I've been on it a year. I've lost over 160 pounds. I play racquetball every day. I lift weights almost every day, usually 6 days a week. And this last week it was 7 days a week. And I feel great. I had a farm accident it'll be 5 years ago next month, in January, I should say, because this is November still, I guess. And I'm 100% back from that accident, and it crushed my legs. I laid under a piece of equipment for like 4 hours. I spent time in the hospital. I spent a lot of time in bed after that. But I'll tell you, I gained a lot of extra weight from that, and that's part of the reason I got in the place I'm in. And I'm not using that as an excuse, because I probably could have done something before now. But anyway, I just wanted to get this out there and let y'all know what I've been doing and how it's helped me. And if I can help anybody out, just let me know. God bless. Have a great day.